Hey everyone, it's December 30th, 2014 at 3:43 East Coast time. I can't believe it's almost the end of the year. I don't really have much to say except just want to check in and say that I hope your 2014 is coming to a smooth close. I hope you had a great year. If you didn't, I hope 2015 is awesome for you. Actually, I hope 2015 is awesome for you regardless if 2014 was a great year for you or not. I have really good feelings about this year. I have some projects going on, some goals, like to move back to the West Coast and stuff, and actually taking the steps to make that happen, and that's pretty awesome. I wrote out about 30 resolutions, not so much resolutions, but kind of like ways of being, but there are a few things I really want to kind of keep in mind for this new year, and that's self-care, taking care of myself, not making myself feel guilty for being depressed or for having dysphoria or for whatever it is, and to be gentler with myself. That will help a lot of my issues in general. And then I would like to consistently practice yoga and meditation. My friend Simone came up here at the end of October, beginning of November, and we had some amazing talks. Thank you. She was just saying that yoga and meditation would be very helpful, and I agree. I'd already kind of started down that path. I had been meditating every night and whatnot, and then kind of doing some spiritual stuff, just looking into being a starseed and stuff. Simone had commented, oh, you're a starseed, and I looked into it, and I was like, that's really me. So those are just some things I want to keep in mind for the new year. So self-care, mindfulness, being present, not overthinking, which is so hard for me, and then yoga and meditation. I've talked a lot about cutting toxic people out of my life, which has led me to have not many friends in person, but I've always said I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. So, being an introvert and someone who's a little more tense and whatnot, I'm not looking just for friends to go to a bar with or whatnot. I'm looking for someone to have like really deep conversations with. And once you do cut out that negative energy, it's amazing how it leaves so much room for everything else, and it's so much easier said than done. Like, oh yeah, cut them out, get new friends. It's not. Like I said, I'm introverted, so if I don't go out a lot, it's hard to meet people. So I meet a lot of people through the internet. Honestly, Skype is a lifesaver. Like, I'd rather Skype any day with a happy, healthy person. Well, not necessarily a happy, healthy person, but someone where our relationship is healthy and supportive and not draining like many of my in-person friendships were here. That, I find, gives me the social interaction I need and crave, because I realize also as an introvert, like, I can't only be alone all day. I do need some outside stimulation, which not all introverts do, and you want different levels of it. But living in a city like San Francisco was ideal for me because, as an introvert, because I got all the social interaction without having to actually have all that one-on-one time, and I do like one-on-one time with people rather than going to a large group and stuff. That just zaps my energy. So I'm trying to put myself out there more, because I retreat. I tend to stick to myself, stay within myself, not put myself out there. That comes from depression and the low self-esteem, the tiny self-image I have of myself. When you don't feel good about yourself, you don't see what good you have to put out there, and you don't see how others see you and that others like you and value you and whatnot. So I'm learning that, and that my existence hasn't just been shit. So I'm looking forward to 2015. My friend Darren's actually on his way right now. He should be up here in Jacksonville within an hour and a half or so. He's a really good friend, my best friend, and we made some videos together. I don't know if they're still up, but his friendship, and also my friends like Lex and Jazz and Seattle, and I don't want to start naming names because then people are going to feel left out, but really Darren and Lex have been so supportive, helpful, and loving. All of my friends have. Mary, I mean, I don't want to name, I don't know, just it's just great to see that I have friends, that people still like me. I know that sounds like a weird statement. I was in a black hole for so long that I couldn't see the light at all, and now I'm starting to see like little bits coming through, and I'm like, okay, I'm not so bad. This isn't so bad. I've had a hell of a time trying to get a histo covered here, and even just like seeing the doctors and having them, refuse to treat me because I'm trans. Like, I've had a hell of a time here, and kind of starting in August with that bullshit. And then in November, I had a very traumatic experience with a doctor here. So that has not been easy. I haven't talked about that. I wanted to do a video about navigating healthcare here in the South, Because like my friend in California, you know, it's like boom, he gets an appointment right away, bam, getting the histo in 6 weeks. I'm like, that's how it should be for everyone. I've been trying to do this for, well, since 2008. May of 2008 was the first time I ever saw a doctor to try to even get this done, and it's obviously not happened. It's another thing I'm really shooting for histo this year as far as transition goes, and also in the process of more seriously looking at lower surgeries, and I'm really on the fence about meta and fallow, because I always thought, okay, meta because I'll feel it, blah blah blah, I have really good growth, so I know I would have good results. But then fallow, I'm like, I want an adult male sized penis. The recovery, the intensity of the surgery is quite, well, it's intense, you know, it's a very heavy thing, not just physically, it's psychologically taxing and mentally taxing. But there's always the option to do the meta and then the fallow, but, you know, I don't have, you know, thousands of dollars to do that, but if there's a way to get it covered, obviously, that would be helpful. So that's really it. Just want to talk a little bit about my New Year's resolutions or goals, and then, yeah, I want to get the histo, and one kind of cool project I'm really stoked about is Darren and I have started a skateboard and lifestyle line, like custom decks and stuff. So if you're into skating and you want a custom deck, definitely get a hold of me. We'll be doing an Indiegogo, very minimalist, like, you know, maybe a $500 thing, just to basically cover our own expenditures that we've already put out. I will be talking about that more later. Perhaps I'll put a link down there. I don't know. We're still getting our stuff together, but it's been a great thing. You know, he's a graphic designer and artist, and I do social media marketing and digital media production, so it's kind of a match made in heaven. So that's awesome. It's also awesome just to have like a different kind of project to work on. So that's really sweet. And when he gets here, I can't wait to try out the new boards he just painted for us. So that should be awesome. And yeah, 2014 was a hard year. It was not my worst year by far, but it was rough. But I also did a lot of growth. I'm coming out of it feeling good, and that's a really nice feeling. So coming out of it feeling really good and positive, and just looking forward to next year. So yeah, bring on 2015. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope the last couple days of this year treat you awesome, and that 2015 is your most amazing year yet. Thanks everyone. Peace.